Alright, I am back, and we are back with another video. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to talk about something that is critical if you are pursuing anything is regarding, like discipline and like no fap. You put yourself on a diet, you're doing anything that requires commitment. This one thing is going to take you places if you understand it and you work it, okay? Willpower. Willpower is, let's just define this real quick, okay? Let's define willpower. Because, I don't want to give you my definition. We're going to give you this definition, okay? Willpower. Y'all see that? Y'all see that shit right there? Willpower. Control exerted to do something or restrain impulses. Can you exert yourself to do something? Or, are you also able to restrain yourself from impulsive temptations? Can you do that? Right? Because when you put yourself on the no-fap, there's a tendency to want to just go bust a nut and feel good because you're stressed out. Do you have the willpower to not give in? You waking up at 5 in the morning every single day. Do you have the willpower to just get yourself out of bed and not feel all, ooh, 5 more minutes, ooh, 30 more minutes, ooh, I could wake up at 6 today? Or do you say, no, fuck no, today's 5, I'm getting the most out of my day. It's 5 o'clock, right? Or you're on your diet. Your friends and you go out to McDonald's. Are you disciplined enough to not say, hey, I have a few dollars, let's go and buy a fucking burger for myself? Right? What harm would it do? Do you have the willpower to not give in to those temptations? If not, this video is for you. Look, willpower is like any muscle in your body. It has to be exercised, right? And no-fap is an extremely efficient way of doing it. Easily. And really anything that just requires you to have to work, right? Anything that requires you to have to stick to a daily commitment will require willpower, okay? Because what happens is that when you have willpower, right, it's your control. You're the one in charge, right? To exercise willpower, you have to train it every day by resisting the temptations that will come your way and pushing yourself to do it, right? By restraining every urge you have to go look at some porn and fap and saying to yourself, I'm going to do something else. You're pushing yourself into other directions, right? You are exerting that energy. You are forcing yourself, you're exerting yourself not to masturbate, and you are resisting the impulses that come your way. Willpower is fucking critical if you want to get anything done for the long term, okay? So how do you exercise it? Just do it every day, right? Train yourself, because you're not going to get it right on the first try, right? It's going to take time for you to build. You're going to have relapses. You're going to have setbacks. What's important is that you get back on and you keep training that willpower every day from here, right? You know what I like to do when I have a temptation? I really love doing this. Is like, if I see a food, like a king cake or a pizza, and like I don't deserve it, right? I'm working, I'm busy. I can't be affording to sacrifice myself to these junk ass foods, and I get a temptation to eat them. You know what? I look it dead in the face, and I really do this sometimes. I'll be like, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win tonight? Huh? It's like a battle. It's like, who's gonna win? Am I gonna give in to you, or you gonna just sit there lonely because I don't give a fuck about you? What's gonna happen? Who's gonna win, right? Whenever I used to have urges, I used to just tell myself, like, who's going to be the stronger one, right? Willpower is strength. Like, who's going to be stronger? Are my urges going to defeat me, or am I going to be strong enough to be like, fuck yeah, I got this. I can hold on a day longer, right? So exercise that willpower by every day. Every time you resist the temptation, every time you resist the urge, you graduate that willpower. So now, as you graduate, and those temptations become less and less severe because your willpower has become so much more stronger. But willpower is a decision. And that's really the hardest part about it. It's not just something you fucking take a pill for. It's not something that you just watch a video about and you have willpower. Willpower comes from within, right? Like, it has to just be in you to make that decision to do or not to do. Right? Great exercise, I would say, is develop a morning routine. Consists of 3 things. I would start off with making your bed, brushing your teeth, and then something else. like cold showers or checking emails, right? Something along, just take 3 things and commit yourself to that routine every day. Or start NoFap right now. Just quit, just bounce off of it and train your body, train yourself to be disciplined enough to not give in to urges and manifest that sexual energy, right? Because when you have willpower, man, it will change your discipline, man. Any day of the week. If you can train yourself to defeat temptations, it just keeps going. And your willpower just keeps stacking to the point where it's just like, eventually you get so strong where temptations don't even hurt you. They're like little baby pinches. Sometimes you don't even feel them, right? At first they start to feel like empty deprivation spots. And then you get strong enough, right? So build that willpower. Build that willpower if you are on a commitment. Build that willpower if you are doing something that requires discipline. Build that willpower, man. Who's going to win, right? Nobody's willpower is about to be bigger than mine. That's for a fact. I'm going to make sure. That's how you got to be. Your willpower has to be strong. You got to be a fucking warrior. And you got to build it every time. You relapse, all right, setback. Time to go a fucking again. Go even further, right? Build that willpower. And I guarantee you your commitments and your disciplines will take you much further if you learn to strengthen your ability to resist temptations and exert yourself into doing what you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. Talk to y'all next time.